Hello, my name is Chaz Kayato. Welcome back to my channel. The topic of this week's discussion is Zotero. So this is a software that helps you organize your resources, or your references rather, for your dissertation. So in the dissertation process, you're going to need anywhere between 50, maybe 100, maybe 100 plus references for your paper. And if you're writing a thesis, maybe a master's thesis, I don't know, maybe you'll need 30, 40. Either way, at some point, you'll want to look towards some type of way to organize these references. So you could potentially use software like Excel, something simple, but these aren't necessarily sophisticated. They aren't necessarily linked with online databases, and could potentially be a little bit cumbersome to use. But there are software programs out there that are designed to help people organize their references. And I personally use Zotero, and I want to discuss my experiences with Zotero and whether I would recommend it or not. So I only have so far maybe 50 references that I've organized through my concept paper and through the methodology portion of the paper. So mostly those first three chapters is essentially what I have organized so far. But so essentially there's still probably more that I have to do. But I was looking for a resource to use to organize these references, and I reminded myself of actually one of my very first instructors at ACE at the beginning of the dissertation process. And actually, it may have even been towards the end of the master's process. But either way, she had a Zoom that was essentially just about Zotero and how to use it. And while I didn't take much out of it at that time because I just wasn't prepared to start organizing any type of references yet, I did remember that I had that conversation, or I'd at least watched that Zoom. And so I had looked at a couple different, maybe 2 or 3 different reference resource aggregators, you might call them, and I decided to go with Zotero. And I said, well, I'm going to use this, and if something is not to my liking, then I'll just switch and use something else. But I was pleasantly surprised. What really drew me to Zotero was the fact that there was a free option. And so this is what I'm currently using. I'm not trying to do anything overly sophisticated. I am just trying to aggregate my references so that way it makes it easier to check back and see if there's any resources or any references that I haven't used yet. If they're, well, I'll go into the different ways that you can use it as well. So that's the basic. That's what Zotero is. It's a resource that you can aggregate your references, and there's a free option. So within Zotero, you can organize your references essentially any way you want. If you want to organize them by chapter or by theme, you can set up different folders within Zotero to do that. I access Zotero just through the website. I could be wrong, but maybe there is some type of download that was associated with that, but I'm almost positive. I just log into the website and all of that information is right there for me. Now that may scare some people. They might not like the idea of having all their sources in a cloud somewhere, and maybe they want a hard copy, and that's fine. But that's going to be a personal choice. One thing that I find really cool about Zotero is that whenever I get a DOI number, so almost every single research paper that comes out or has come out in recent years is going to have a DOI number. And so this number, all I have to do is copy and paste the DOI number into Zotero, and it will find all of the information that I need for the citation. It will organize this, so I don't actually have to plug in this is the year, this is the person who wrote it, this is all of that actually just comes up. And so that saves a lot of time. It'll also give you citations, so that will once again save some time. Now, I will say that there are a few that I've had to fix in APA format in terms of citations, but nothing crazy. We're talking about maybe some words that needed to be uncapitalized, some really small fixes. But for the most part, I've been very happy with the way that Zotero organizes and also it spits out the citations. So I was, at least so far, I've only been using it for a few months. For my specific needs, which are not, heavy research, it's more of just, I'm aggregating and I'm just trying to keep track of what sources I've used. For that purpose, it's awesome. Now, there also are other things that you can do, which I haven't used as much lately, and I do think I will I'll do more of this down the road, but you can actually, put notes in next to each of these sources, so that way, instead of having to go back and read each and every paper that you've cited, you can go back and just read your notes and say, okay, no, I don't want to pull, maybe I don't want to pull anything from that reference anymore. I mean, I need to find another reference to help support this paragraph. And that can really, once again, save you time. And that is that's the main thing about these software programs for references, is they're going to help you save time. And I really recommend that everyone use them in their dissertation process. Once again, you could probably use this for your thesis, or even just any paper that's going to use multiple references. It's really easy for organization standpoint. So I personally recommend Zotero. Once again, that's based on my own experiences and what I need out of the research or the reference aggregator. So that may not be what every person needs, but if you find yourself in a similar situation to me, or you're writing a qualitative paper, maybe a basic qualitative paper like I'm writing, I highly recommend it. And the fact that it is free really is the icing on the cake. There are other options, paid options. I think there even is a premium option for Zotero, but I haven't found the need for that. So I couldn't really tell you much about what the premium offers, just because it's just not something that I need. But especially for adult students, you're paying for so many things already. You're paying for tuition plus all your other adult bills, and maybe you're paying for an editor already for your dissertation. It's just one less thing that you have to pay for, which is always a big bonus. So this is my quick review of Zotero. Once again, I recommend it, and I think you guys should try it out. So if you have any comments, or if there's anything else you'd like to add to the conversation, or if there's another reference aggregator that you'd like to talk about, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. I've noticed that the numbers are slowly getting, more than just the first, 2 or 3 watches that I'd see with the first few videos. So I'm pleasantly happy with how things are going. So once again, thank you for watching my video.